Wray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. A few things going on today.
No. In this world?
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
So we're not going to talk about your favorite breakfast foods today?
No, that's what was on the docket, too.
Yeah.
Favorite breakfast food and your best refrigerator magnet.
I've noticed you've bumped both of those topics every day for however many months now.
For about 300 months.
Just never going to get to the refrigerator magnet talk.
Darn it! It's just jam-packed every day.
Every day.
It's Sophie's Choice every day. Yesterday, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer discussed the latest in the investigation of Joe Biden and the Biden crime family. Here's what he had to say.
Could they end up showing more Biden family business dealings with other countries?
This document was dated, I think you all know this, from the subpoena in July 30th, 2020.
Whoa.
The claims made in the document are consistent with what we found and disclosed to you all in Romania. It suggests a pattern of bribery where payments would be made through shell accounts and multiple banks. And there's a term for that. It's called money laundering. And that, again, is what the majority of the suspicious activity reports also said. So we feel that this accusation is consistent with a pattern that we're seeing, frankly, in other countries, too.
And multiple documents?
We believe there are multiple documents.
Wow.
July 30th, 2020. Is that before or after November of 2020?
Thinking that's it's before.
It's before? So
Yeah.
before the election. Been nice to know this.
Interesting. Yeah, wouldn't it have been? Yeah. Could that have possibly affected the outcome? Huh. Yeah,
I mean, despite all of the stonewalling and the dragging of feet, you got 53% of Americans, we learned last week, think there's something to this, that Joe Biden was involved in illegal activities.
Well, that's only because he was. That's the only reason. Shortly after the press conference, Comer tweeted this. The FBI confirmed the unclassified record aligning them, then VP Biden, engaged in a $5 million bribery scheme. Is from a highly credible informant and being used in an ongoing investigation. The FBI refused to hand over the document. I will hold Director Wray in contempt of Congress.
Okay.
When are you going to do that?
Yeah, so by the way,
Do it.
after the Oversight Committee meeting, Anna Polina Luna, the representative, she said that the FBI is afraid their informant will be killed if unmasked, based on the info he has brought forward about the Biden family. So who's going to kill this guy? Is it the Biden
You're
family?
alleging, yes, that Biden would have him killed, right? Who else? Who else would?
You're also alleging, and this one is definitely true, that the FBI is too incompetent to keep an informant safe.
Yes. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty weak. Amazing. John Kirby was then asked about all of this. Bet he loved that.
Oh, he loves these questions. I love, he wears his emotions on his sleeve more than anybody that's in front of a podium for this administration. He hates being asked these questions. It's so fun.
On May 10th, they issued a report showing that the Biden family allegedly funneled $10 million into their bank accounts while Joe Biden was vice president. Members of the committee have said there may be several national security concerns at hand here with their alleged ties to the foreign countries. Admiral, have you read the report yourself, and do you personally think that there are any national security concerns here?
No and no.
Okay.
No and no. No. Okay.
Hold on.
So you haven't even read the report. Okay.
Yeah, you've already concluded that there's no national security concerns.
Yeah. How is that possible?
It's alleged that policy decisions were made for money, straight up. So, but no, we're good. Next question. Oh, this administration sucks.
Yeah, they're the worst. They're by far the worst. They exist to make Jimmy Carter and Lyndon Johnson and Woodrow Wilson look better. That's why there is this administration.
Well, then they're doing their job well.
And they're doing their job incredibly well. They really are. They're doing a great job of that. Wow. Meanwhile, employees of the city of Dallas must use people's preferred pronouns or risk termination, according to a recent publicized document. An internal document titled Workplace Gender Transition Protocols and Frequently Asked Questions explains the city's expectations for conduct regarding transgender individuals. Man, these people must be everywhere now. Jeez. It's all we care about is transgender rights now. It's like everything hinges on how they feel about things. Pronouns, gender fluidity. You can't say man or woman anymore. God, I mean, how did this happen? The guidelines explain that gender transition can refer to a spectrum of situations, all of which are equally protected. Document reads, transitions may include coming out, telling family, friends, and coworkers, changing the name and or sex on legal documents, and or accessing medical treatment such as hormones and or surgery. City employees are expected to respectfully use the transitioning employee's preferred name and pronouns, regardless of whether or not they believe in, approve of, or accept an individual's right to be transgender or undergo a gender transition.
Out of control. Yeah.
So your feelings, your belief structure, doesn't matter at all. All that matters is the trans person.
Yeah, and this has teeth behind it, too, because, you risk termination.
Yeah.
Lose your job.
An employee has the right to be addressed by the name and pronoun of their choice. Our addressing the employee by their chosen pronoun is a sign of respect for them as an individual. The document claims that refusing to respect an employee's gender identity by intentionally referring to an employee by a name or by pronouns that do not correspond to the employee's gender identity is a form of discrimination and harassment.
Stupid. So when you're talking to somebody that's transgender, let's just say for this example, you're not really using the pronoun stuff, right? So let's just say, hypothetically, Chris Cruz says, call me a woman, okay? Mm-hmm. I mean, you and I can talk about him however the hell we want, right? I mean, he's not in here. Like, we're saying he. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say she ever just because Chris Cruz wants me to, which may be accurate. I don't know. Chris, what are you identifying as? Oh, see, okay, he is today. Okay, so I don't even see how this becomes a thing because whenever he and I are talking, I never have to use a pronoun.
Yeah.
So is this basically policing speech between two people when it has nothing to do with the other person? And that they're not involved in the conversation.
Basically,
this is such a mad world. That's the bottom line. It's absolutely insane.
You just figured that out? Seems like we talk about this every day.
Where
yes, it is a mad world.
Where is she? Where is Chris right now?
Lunacy.
Chris Cruz, which room are you in, sweetheart? Okay.
Is sweetheart an okay?
I don't know. Now it's going to be sexually harassment. Yeah, okay.
Probably.
My gosh,
probably.
I can't win.
And way up in the panhandle of Idaho, this is happening. This story is from IdahoFreedom.org. On Thursday, Kellogg High School senior Travis Lohr took part in an activity where seniors share advice for lowerclassmen. In a departure from his pre-approved remarks, Lohr spoke from his heart, saying, "Guys are guys and girls are girls. There is no in-between."
Whoa.
How dare he?
Whoa.
How dare he?
Man.
Despite the fact that this simple statement has been a truism for all of human history, the leadership of Kellogg High School seemed to think it was unacceptable. Principal Dan Davidian informed Lohr that he would not be allowed. Branch Davidian.
Wait, what?
It's Dan Branch Davidian.
Nice.
informed Lower he would not be allowed to walk in his graduation ceremony on Saturday. Lawsuit.
Oh, wow.
Where's the parents with their lawsuit, with their lawyer?
Wow.
I didn't direct it at any groups or anything like that. It was just something I chose to say in the moment, Travis said. There was a short pause and then an uproar of cheers. Speaking the truth is revolutionary now, though.
Mm-hmm.
And exciting to people in a world of lies. At least 100 students and parents gathered outside the school at 9 in the morning, including a popular bus driver named Dakota Mailou, who decided to join the walkout on his own time.
All right.
Before the protest had even finished, Mailou was called into Davidian's office and summarily fired with no specific reason given. Because he supported this kid who said guys are guys and girls are girls?
You got it.
In Kellogg, Idaho?
Boy.
Kellogg High School decided to cancel classes for the afternoon, releasing students at 10:45 a.m. rather than face the continued disruption. Shortly thereafter, they released a statement postponing their graduation ceremony as well.
Oh, wow.
In the statement, they blamed outside groups and agitators for threatening the safety of students, staff, and families.
Okay, shut up.
Jeez.
Shut up. I'm glad to see that it sounds like the community is getting behind this kid.
Incidentally, the Shoshone County Sheriff, since December, Holly Lindsay is married to Kellogg High School art teacher Rachel Clark Kruzmark.
Oh.
All right.
The plot thickens.
Who has long used her influence to push woke ideas in this small community.
Oh, boy.
I can't. It seems likely that there are grounds for lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
You bet. Representative Heather Scott, whose district includes the town of Kellogg, posted on Twitter, "You get better government by getting better people in government. The community should be outraged. Shoshone County must rally around truth and our First Amendment rights." That's for sure. The lesson that Idahoans should take from this controversy is that no community is small enough to escape the specter of wokeism.
That's a fact.
Kellogg is just a little mining town with less than 1,000 students attending local schools. Exactly the sort of place that should be safe from all this garbage, you know?
Local schools. So that I guess you could surmise that 1,000 students spread between elementary, middle, and high school.
Yeah.
I mean, this.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that the students are walking out and to the point where they had to cancel the whole thing.
Yeah. And 100 students walked out. That's probably the whole school.
Right.
It's probably the whole high school. That's amazing.
And then the bus driver, I like it. You got to push back on these people.
Yeah.
And the fact that it can happen in the panhandle of Idaho,
unbelievable.
It can literally happen anywhere in this country.
No question. All right, let me tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust. If you've ever bought or sold a house in your life, you know it can be pretty overwhelming. It can be pretty darn stressful. On the selling end, it's hard to know what things you should focus on the most, what things you should spend money on to improve your house before you try to sell it, or do you just sell it as is? That's where your realtor comes in. They know what people are looking for. They know what you'll get your money out of and how to get the most for your money if you're buying a house. Maybe you think you know what you want going in, but do you really? Do you know the great neighborhoods in whatever area you're moving into? If you're unfamiliar with it, your realtor isn't. Your realtor's going to know these things. And especially these great realtors from Real Estate Agents I Trust. This is Glenn's company, and so as people really vet these agents very carefully. The process is really simple. You just go to realestateagentsitrust.com and you provide us with some basic information. Then our team will contact you to make an introduction to our preferred agent in your town, and we do this for free for you. realestateagentsitrust.com, the name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Some good news, though, in Vermont related to girls volleyball. The Vermont School District punished a father and his daughter. I think we talked about this. For speaking out against a biological male in the girls' locker room. How dare you? How dare you have a problem with somebody's noodle hanging out in a locker room full of girls? How dare you? You know what? We got counselors for that, and we'll send you to one.
For the guy hanging his noodle out in the girls' locker room?
No. For the people who are offended by that.
Oh.
For the girls who complained. How dare they complain?
Yeah. How dare they?
You got a problem with somebody's noodle hanging out? We'll get you some help. That's all. Which is what's happening.
Yep, exactly what's happening.
Now the Daily Signal has learned the district settled with the Allen family in what its legal team is hailing as a resounding victory. That settlement requires that the Vermont School Board Insurance Trust pay $125,000 in damages and attorney's fees and costs to Travis Allen and Jessica Allen on behalf of their daughter, Blake Allen, and their attorneys with the Alliance Defending Freedom. Under the settlement, the district will reinstate Travis Allen, who was fired as the middle school soccer coach.
Wow.
Else, they'll scrub any records of discipline against Travis Allen and his daughter, Blake.
Good.
Further, the settlement requires the Orange Southwest School District Board and school officials named in the Allens lawsuit to remove any content posted online by the school related to the locker room business, as well as from the bulletin board or boards at Randolph Union Middle High School, displaying love and support messages to the trans-identifying student.
Oh, wow. Nice. Did they say how much they got? How much?
$125,000.
All right.
Yeah. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. And he got his job back. And she, I think, was expelled, and now she's back. I don't know if I'd want to go back, though.
Yeah.
Would you want to go back?
I mean, the pushback in Idaho, the lawsuit here, I mean, that's where money talks. That's really going to change people's behaviors. Who knows? Maybe they'll stop with some of this stuff, but for every one of these good stories, there's like 10 terrible ones.
I know. And they admitted to no wrongdoing. So they didn't have to say, yeah, we were really wrong to do this. So they didn't make any admission like that at all. So that's too bad. But, I mean, $125,000 is a good start. And their job back. So, a little bit of satisfaction. In California, the state legislature.
Oh, no. See, you hit us with some good stuff.
And now, here's the opposite.
That's so gross.
They honored the blasphemous group of Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence and their leader, Sister Roma. Isn't that beautiful? That's so beautiful.
So bad. This is bad. We are in hell. Look at this thing.
Look at this.
So proud of Sister Roma and her work in the community, and I'm proud of California for standing strong to support LGBTQ people as our community is under assault in the rest of the country.
No.
Sister Roma went on to say it's an incredible honor to have been nominated. She says being recognized not only means a lot to her, but the LGBTQ community at large.
Okay.
We're in hell.
Wow.
Yeah, when you go to the Wikipedia page of one Sister Roma, his name's actually Michael Williams. Can you believe?
And they called him a her.
Yeah. Well,
Does he even claim to be a woman?
Well, can you believe, though, that that's not a woman behind all that beautiful garb? American drag queen activist, gay pornography director.
Jeez.
You have to go to school for that? Don't answer that, Chris. Fundraiser, entertainer, and event host / MC. He's been a member of San Francisco's Sisters in 1987. Oof. So he's been a freak for a while. There you go.
And you're proud of the work this person does.
There you go. Honored by the state legislature of California.
What exactly are you proud of?
And the Los Angeles Dodgers coming up.
The fact that they mock Christians, that they mock Catholics, that they blaspheme against God. Is that what you're proud of? Because that's what you're praising here. This is despicable.
Yep.
Absolutely despicable.
Can I just say, on the 79th anniversary of D-Day, God bless our heroes that have fought in wars throughout the centuries, those that landed on the beaches of Normandy. Thank you for defending freedom. And there is several survivors are going to be honored today over in France. My gosh, you just hope that they don't see this kind of stuff happening. Please don't watch the news, guys. I mean, this is the freedom. This is what we've done with freedom.
Mm-hmm.
It's so depressing.
Meanwhile, a Catholic priest in Ohio spoke out against the Los Angeles Dodgers from the pulpit, and then this happened.
We are under attack. Look at the Los Angeles Dodgers defaming the name of every Christian here on earth. It just burns a hole in my heart, angers me and embitters me. And it should you. We should feel that sting and fight against it. It just, I don't want to give these people a name. I don't want to give them that much credit. I want to cry.
That was a little tepid applause, if you ask me.
And I just say that queer and trans people also
this?
carry the Holy Spirit.
Okay. And demons.
And that was really painful to hear.
Oh, shut up.
That was really hurtful. I live in Georgia with my wife now.
And go home.
You baptized me.
I did.
I know you're talking about the Sisters of Indulgence, and I understand that from the outside it looks like they are defaming
And they
Catholic
are.
faith.
And they are.
But they only do that. They only take...
Yeah.
There
Shut
are
up.
queer children here.
Jeez.
The Spirit of God moves through all people.
Okay, that's
will
not
go.
the Spirit of God moving through them.
Yeah, why don't you
That's the
come with
opposite.
us?
That's the opposite.
Why don't you
Sorry.
just get out of here.
Wow.
And people are clapping. Now, I think they're clapping because they're
she's-
dragging her off.
Yeah, I think so too.
I hope so.
Yeah. My gosh, that is unbelievable.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, if you're not going to stand up as a Catholic priest in the church, I mean, where else do you want this guy to do this?
Right.
I mean, you got your trans activist lady, go out in the street, go protest out there just to take over the pulpit like that. I mean, that's what a world, man. There's just no words left.
There's not. There's just not. It's so outrageous. You can't even put it into words anymore. Got a public school in Canada.
Oh, no.
Celebrating Pride Month. So we got that going for us. That's always fun.
Oh, look how rainbowy it is. Don't you like rainbows, Pat?
I love rainbows.
Come this way. Look at the teachers all dressed up. Just ridiculous.
Seriously.
Look at all these kids waving these rainbow flags. But that's not indoctrination, though. No, that's not grooming. No. Oh, look, you get to walk under a rainbow, Pat. That's fun, right?
And what do you want to bet? They can't celebrate Christmas at this school. What do you want to bet?
Boy.
What do you want to bet? This is all fine. But don't you call it Christmas. We're taking winter break.
Oh, my gosh.
It just is.
It's insanity.
Madness.
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
God.
It's a madhouse! A madhouse!
It is. It's worse than Planet of the Apes. It's worse than that. It makes less sense than Planet of the Apes. Talking apes would make more sense than what's going on right now. It really would. I would be less befuddled over talking apes than what's going on here.
Because at least you can reason with them.
Yeah, right.
Right? You can't reason with the rainbow cult. You can't.
No, you can't.
You have a chance with the talking apes.
You don't. I mean, and there are some, like the, Gays Against Groomers group? Most gays and even trans people aren't trying to groom kids.
Right.
Most of them aren't.
Agreed.
And I think this drag queen speaks for many of them. Here's a little common sense.
LGBTQIA++, XYZ, LMNOP, MAP movement, they no longer stand for equality or inclusion. They stand for cultural dominance. And I really decided to step away once they started pushing hormones and castration and sterilization on children. Because guess what? When I was 9 years old, I used to sneak and wear my sister's cheerleading outfits. I've always loved hair and makeup. So if I had been born today in this modern LGBTQIA XYZ culture, they would have told me I'm in the wrong body.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they could have given me hormones. They could have mutilated me before I was 18 and knew what I was doing. So the reason I stepped away is because all I ask is the freedom to be gay, wear a wig, have a good time. My freedoms end where the freedoms of others begin. And that includes evangelical Christians. That includes people who say I'm going to hell, because I am a free speech absolutist. And if I want to have the free speech to, be crazy and have fun, then I have to defend the free speech of others. Whoa. And so that's why in 2019, I just said enough is enough. This LGBTQIA plus movement is doing things in my name, so to speak, that I cannot tolerate.
Nice. That's great.
That's a guy who just enjoys doing what he's doing and wants to be left alone.
And we've never had a problem with that. That's great. Whatever.
Help.
Do your thing. I don't care. We've never, again, until recently, never talked about drag queens or, how drag queen events should be stopped. It was only when they went for the children that people took notice and said, wait a minute. Okay, now this is too far. This is too far. Don't teach this in our schools. Don't provide them books that describe all this stuff. No, they're too young for that. And it's not appropriate at school. Let the parents handle those discussions. Well, now you're a book banner. Now you're banning books. Okay, shut up.
I know, man. But to your point, before recently, when they started going after kids, drag shows, drag queens.
Never talked about them.
Not on our radar, not in our list of top 4 million things to talk about. Breakfast foods and refrigerator magnets were above those.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And now you make it about the kids. Remember when we're told kids should be off limits when you're talking about presidents and stuff like that, right? Yeah. But it's okay to talk about kids taking them in to get butchered and mutilated for the rest of their lives? Irreversible damage? That's okay. But don't dare even say anything about a politician's kid. I mean, it just help.
And they'll try to tell you, well, if you don't change their body at a certain age, at 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, if you don't provide the puberty blockers.
That's abuse.
Well, it's abuse, and they'll commit suicide.
Oh, gosh.
No. 45% of them commit suicide afterward. So the whole thing is completely upside down. Over on Dr. Phil, a 5th grade teacher gave trans activists a biology lesson.
Transgender boys who might not have their own money to go buy tampons, if they're provided free in the bathroom, it's a huge plus.
Men do not menstruate. Only women menstruate. Now, you can call yourself whatever you want.
Cis men don't menstruate, but trans men do menstruate.
No,
Same
they
as
don't.
non-binary people.
Only women.
Menstruating is not exclusive to cis women. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So explain to me as to why my body menstruated at
if
some
your
point
chromosomes are XX and you're young, you menstruate. If you're XY, you don't.
Correct, but what about trans men and non-binary? We're excluding a whole group of people
They're women
that
dressed
menstruate.
as men. You are not a man.
Listen to this.
You can pretend to be a man, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Live your life. And tell me what a man is.
Right.
Well, what's a man to you? You define a man for me.
You have chromosomes that are X and Y. That's what a man is.
So why are we just looking at
And a penis.
the science of
Let's
this
not forget that part.
when we've learned sex and gender identity?
Why are we looking at the
they're
science?
completely different things.
What the
They are completely different.
Completely different words.
And sex is what you're born with, the sexual reproductive organs you have. Gender is what you identify with.
Oh, shut up.
I don't accept that
So
distinction.
tired of
You
that.
have to argue for it. You're
Thank
just
you.
giving a conclusion. You're just making it up.
Right.
The people who hate the truth. People who hate the truth are because they see the truth as hateful. If you want to identify in any way you can, you're free to do so. But that does not mean that the rest of us have to join that illusion. You disagree.
Thank you.
I disagree with you, and so you call it hate. But there's no hate in my heart at all. So that's
You
wrong.
are being hateful when you tell somebody that identifies as a man
No,
that
you're
they're
not.
not a man.
That's not hateful. That's a fact.
Right. Right. It's just truth. truth.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Jimmy Dimples tweets, FBI too incompetent to keep an informant safe? Who said they were even trying?
Fair point.
Mm-hmm. Carol remarks, nope, I wore your stupid masks to keep my job, but you're not mandating me to participate in your celebration of mental illness, of using your preferred pronouns. Fire me.
Yeah.
The deplorable Mr. Jackwagon, the truth is often disruptive. From Mr. Nobody, I wonder how many teachers didn't participate in that gay celebration and if they were disciplined. Yeah, didn't really say. Call it like I see it. Cardinal Joe Tobin is more concerned with disarming us than public blasphemy. Amazing, but true.
Yeah.
Seems to be true. Did you see these climate activists that are slashing tires in cities all over the world, really, not just in the country, but all over the world? They're deflating the tires of SUVs under the guise of climate activism.
They're deflating the tires of what?
SUVs.
Thank you.
And they're active in 18 countries now. The tire extinguishers have deflated over 10,000 SUVs across the United Kingdom, United States, Canada, Czech Republic, France, Spain, Germany, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Austria, New England, Italy, Ireland, Belgium, and Portugal. Huh. There is no leader, and essentially anyone can take part in it. The organization's website has a pamphlet for participants to place on cars explaining their mission. So you just download this and put it on the car after you slash their tires. And it says, attention, your gas guzzler kills. We have deflated one or more of your tires. You'll be angry, but don't take it personally. It's not you, it's your car. Don't take it personally? Yeah, I won't. As long as you don't take it personally when I hit you in the face with a tire iron.
Oh, yeah.
God, when I break your face with it, I hope you don't take it personally.
No, we're doing it for
It's not you, it's your actions. So.
Oh, my God.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that'll win some
I can't stand
converts,
these people.
right?
I just can't stand
Slashing rando tires.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a way to win friends and influence people. I don't understand that tactic because you're not getting any sympathy for your cause. No. You're pissing people off and costing them money. So what are they going to do? They're going to have to buy another tire. Did that help the environment? No. You just hurt it.
Yeah. So, and then you're going to have to go down and buy new tires.
Right.
Right. And then what do they think is going to happen to the old tires that now are prematurely tossed aside? Oh, that's right. They're burning in a massive pit out in the middle of the desert of Kuwait. That's where your tires go after you slash them, eco-moron.
And that's really good for the environment,
Isn't that good?
By the way. Yeah,
that's good.
It really helps.
That's 4 tires that wouldn't have been there that soon.
Jeez.
Until you came around and decided to slash away. Yep. There you go.
That works out really well.
That's good stuff.
It works out really well.
My word, these people are so short-sighted. It's pathetic.
Oh, they're the worst. Just a-holes, too. They're just a-holes. I mean, what a stupid and jerky thing to do. And again, counterproductive for your cause. Jeez.
Man, we're out of words.
I know.
What is your favorite breakfast food, by the way? I've never asked you that in my 20-plus years of knowing you. What's your favorite thing to eat in the morning, you know?
Eggs Benedict. It's my favorite thing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, it takes
Belgian
some time.
waffles.
Takes some time, though. The prep time, though.
Yeah, there's a little bit of prep time, but it's worth it.
Okay.
It's worth it. Belgian waffles are, I'm sort of partial to those as well. Don't mind a pancake from time to time.
And as long as we're here, what is your favorite refrigerator magnet, would you say?
The fat little piggy to remind you not to open the refrigerator because you're too fat. So that'd probably be
what is this?
My favorite.
What is this?
Yeah, there's a little piggy that you put it right around the refrigerator to remind you that you're
go
too
to
fat.
open it.
Yeah, and you see the pig.
I thought you were going to go with the BYU football schedule.
I don't actually have a refrigerator magnet of that, but I should.
See,
probably should.
I mean, I've got an Atlanta Falcons football schedule every year, but I'm required to put it on the refrigerator out in the garage. You know that.
Oh, really?
That doesn't get top billing in the kitchen.
No, wow.
So we got Piggy refrigerator magnet, and we've got Eggs Benedict.
Right.
All right, we got there.
So yeah, nice. By the way, 5 illegal aliens have been charged with murdering a 15-year-old boy in Maryland. God, jeez, man. They're now accused of this in Frederick County, Maryland. Alexis Alfredo Ayala Lopez, 21-year-old illegal alien. Jose Roberto Ramos Lopez, 23-year-old. 29-year-old illegal.
Look at those.
27 and a 20-year-old.
Coming here to make a better life. Look at them.
That's all, yeah. Just a better life. Well, and kill a 15-year-old. They were arrested and charged this week with murdering 15-year-old Limber Lopez Funes and dumping his body in Gambrel State Park. Do we have any ideas to the motive or why this happened? Or
I don't know.
What the deal is?
I looked for that, actually.
Jeez. So that's great. Don't worry about it, though.
Just the best among us that are coming here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're just looking for a better life. Leave them alone. But the border, of course, is secure. As seen in this video, you got a reporter that was near Yuma, Arizona, taking a little footage down near the border.
Okay. All right. Here we are. Oh, look at there. That's the Colorado River.
Cartel Bridge right now.
Cartel Bridge.
This is the bridge that the migrants use to cross over here at night. This is crossing from Yuma, Arizona into Mexico. And this is that's Mexico right there. This is how easy it is to get into the United States.
Jeez.
Just cross this bridge.
How hard would it be just to demolish that?
Not hard. Not. Okay.
Oh, look at that. That's an environmental friendly area there.
Yeah, it is. And you're in the U.S.
This is where the migrants enter.
Ta-da! Welcome.
The wall right there.
I mean, just...
Oh, my gosh.
So easy.
What do you say to that? What do you say to it?
What do you say?
There's nothing you can say. They
So
just
that
don't
was-
care.
So that was an unofficial bridge into the country. Okay?
Okay.
In Yuma, Arizona.
Now we got an official border bridge.
Which is probably protected well, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, there's probably all kinds of border agents there, because it's an official bridge. They know about this bridge.
Okay.
This one's in Brownsville, Texas.
I see.
And
let's see what happened
but
yesterday.
A couple of illegals came across yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We're rushing the border. And they just push through. The agents are going to say, all right, enjoy your stay forever.
Hey, we'll see you in 2035 for your court date, okay, everybody?
See
you back here in 2035.
See.
That's just, I can't.
We are not a serious nation, man.
Geez.
We're just not.
We're not.
Oh,
we are not.
It's not fun at all. But did you see, though, Eric Adams yesterday, he said, okay, look, so they budget New York, man. Welcome to the fun.
Yeah.
They've got now $4.3 billion, I think, now that they're going to spend. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun?
On the illegals?
Spending money that you don't have necessarily as a state.
Okay.
And he wants to get faith-based organizations involved to help house these migrants now. They're in New York City. And if I understood correctly, it's a plan, I think, to use those state funds to pay people to rent out their rooms, their empty rooms, to illegals.
Oh, okay. No, good.
Now, my question is, so that's fun. That's fun that the state of New York now has to give money to people to rent out rooms. Where do the illegals get the money? Like, is it from jobs? that, of course, they're not paying taxes on, I'd like to point out. Is that how they're going to pay for this stuff? What a mess. And I just love that places like New York now get to deal with what Texas has been going through forever.
Yeah, for decades. Decade after decade after decade. And now they understand. Now they get it. Oh, this is what you're whining about? Okay. Well, yeah, it makes sense now.
Did I mention that Adam said last week that half of the hotel rooms in New York City are now occupied by illegals?
Yeah. Yeah. So at least the hotels aren't empty. That's good.
And they're apparently just trashing these 4-star hotels.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They're not
of course
invested.
They are.
Yep.
It's not their stuff. You're not invested when it's not your stuff or your money involved.
Can we play the KJP real quick, talking about busing migrants around the country? I think you'll appreciate this, Pat, on that same note there. Listen to this yesterday. She was asked about because they sent some private plane, right?
Yes. Yeah, to California.
16 different migrants that were dropped off in front of a church.
In Sacramento, California.
Right. So now watch KJP asked about stuff like this. This is so great.
I've said it many times from here, repeatedly from this podium, that busing or flying migrants around the country without any coordination with the federal government, we've talked about this, state or local officials as well, is dangerous and unacceptable. And we'll continue to be very, very clear about that. It is dangerous and unacceptable because you're putting people's lives at risk, and it's dangerous and unacceptable because you're actually putting a lot of pressure on these states and local
we don't want to do that.
Local areas.
We want this to just be Texas's problem.
Yeah, don't worry about the pressure being put on Texas and Arizona and New Mexico and California. Don't worry about that at all. Just worry about New York, the pressure there, the pressure on California, the pressure on Washington, D.C. Now they feel the pressure.
Yeah, and you're risking people's lives when you take them to different parts of the country. How about the fact that you leave the border open in the first place, allowing these cartels and coyotes and these human sex traffickers? You're opening up the border is what is causing the risk to these individuals. But what was so great in that whole clip, Pat, is when she's like, when you don't involve the federal government. I mean, see, that's our job to fly illegals around the country in the middle of the night.
Which they do.
Which they've been doing since Obama.
Yes.
I mean, this is our thing.
Right.
You're not supposed to be doing this.
Right.
We're supposed to be putting outsiders into communities in the cover of darkness. That's our gig. What are you doing?
I'll say it again. The most brilliant political move, maybe of all time.
Yeah.
That Greg Abbott started doing this.
Yeah.
And that was his idea. This was his agenda. This was his plan. I'm going to start busing these illegals to New York City. And I thought, okay, yeah, you're not going to do that. And he did. He did.
Did you hear?
Just so great.
So, and Chris, jump into my ear here if I'm wrong on this. I think Mike Pence officially announces for president today. No, it's Chris Christie tonight. I don't know. I can't wait. I get the popcorn ready to see that one. So Mike was last night? Okay. Sorry I missed the big Mike Pence announcement. I think Chris Christie is tonight. And later this week, it's rumored that one Greg Abbott is going to announce a presidential run. Come on, bro. Stop.
You mean a presidential role?
A presidential role, yeah. He's not running.
Yeah, he's not running.
So there you go. That'll be fun.
Greg Abbott's going to go.
Yeah, so what are we up to now?
Wow. A lot. There's a lot. We talked
17?
about it.
12, 9er? What are we at now?
I mean, there's going to be as many as last time. Or 2016. What did we have, 18 in 2016? 20?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a ton. And we're already getting there again. So a lot of people think this all just helps Donald Trump because you got him as the front runner and then you're splitting the vote among everybody else. You can't just, coagulate around one person like a Ron DeSantis or a Vivek Ramaswamy. You split that vote, and it's just going to be good for Donald Trump.
It's going to be interesting to see if somebody emerges from the debates that don't involve Donald Trump, since he said he's not going to be a part of them. And let's just see if you get your head-to-head there. I guess, it's most likely Ron DeSantis, but who knows? I mean, somebody might shine on the stage there. I'll tell you, though, Robert Kennedy Jr. spent 2.5 hours with Elon Musk on Twitter Spaces yesterday.
Was he good?
he is so transparent. It's like it's you go past refreshing to the point of like, all right, maybe we don't say all this stuff, But I would love someone to ask him, because the thing that bugs me about RFK Jr., and there's so much to like, there truly is. I'm going to be completely honest there. But the thing that irritates me about him is that he gets latitude from people like me on stuff like vaccines, right? Like because he is saying, look, there's a history here. He says a lot about vaccines, right? And he is outside the mainstream on that view. Not outside my view, but outside the mainstream on that.
Yeah.
But then we get to the topic of climate change and global warming, and he won't give the same latitude that he wants from the mainstream.
Right.
On that. And it's like, okay, why don't you flip this and just see it from that angle as someone who has got a different view than you on climate change and global warming and all that stuff, and look at us the way the whole vaccine thing with you. So anyway, but there is so much to like about him, and it's gonna be a wild ride, and I want nothing more than for him to win the Democratic National the nomination over Joe Biden.
Oh,
I mean, I want that in the worst way.
That would be great. Because I would just love to see Biden humiliated for maybe for all time. Because no sitting president's ever been beaten in a primary. That would be something else.
And RFK mentioned yesterday
that would be something else.
That he went down he's at the border right now, as a matter of fact, and he is being very clear about, you got to lock this border down.
Yeah.
Stop. I don't know how many immigrants that he wants in legally. I don't know if I've seen a number attached to that.
I think he said we need to increase the number of legal immigrants that come to and we're already at 1 million a year. So where do you want that number? I mean, we can talk about that number after we secure the border.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll talk about any of this stuff after you secure the border. Stop the bleeding, stop the hemorrhaging first, then worry about all that other stuff. I don't want to hear about it right now.
So shameful that there are really good people that have been standing in line forever.
You're right.
And meanwhile, you've got
our friend from Ireland,
right,
who waited year after year after year to immigrate to the U.S. and they wouldn't let him. God, I mean, jeez. All right, more Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
From the heart of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, lovely Las Colinas, Texas, and the Mercury Studios complex, this is Pat Gray Unleashed. Great to have you with us. Got some tweets here. Well, a tweet that we're going to share. Truth Seeker tweets, Keith may have misunderstood. The city of New York will use its funds to pay the rent of the illegals.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It won't actually be the illegals getting jobs to pay the rent. Good point.
Yeah, I just
really
didn't
good
didn't
point.
even take a moment to noodle that out.
Right.
Thank you for that clarification.
Wow. Man, are you stupid, Keith?
Oh, definitely.
Wow. Jeez. I mean, are you embarrassed right now? You must be embarrassed. Am I right? You're embarrassed, right?
I mean,
it's humiliating.
If I'd taken a nanosecond to think that through, I would have gotten there. But,
yeah, but you didn't. But you didn't, which shows how dumb you are.
Okay, are we? Hold on, time out. Stop. We're out. We're out of tweets now. Now continue.
No.
Now continue
Okay.
ribbing me.
I mean, your butt's stupid.
Okay, very good.
Okay, there we go. 888-900-3393 and Pat Unleashed on Twitter. KJP was asked yesterday how much Joe Biden was involved in, when the plane went into a restricted airspace the other day.
Yeah.
Apparently the people were, I don't know, unconscious at least, if not dead. And so they scrambled the jets because, it's in restricted airspace. It might have to be shot down.
Yeah, you might want to.
Of course, the government said they didn't have anything to do with it. With it going down, with it crashing.
But you probably want to enlist the commander-in-chief in something that urgent of a threat.
So how much was Joe Biden involved in that?
All right.
And here's what KJP said.
Does the president have any role in the decision
Any role in the decision?
F-16s, or is that process?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Self-contained, just NORAD and DoD, NSC.
So what I can say for sure is that the president was certainly briefed and throughout the process and kept abreast. Can't speak to the exact process and what comes first and how it all runs down. Clearly, this is a Department of Defense that kind of certainly led this operation.
Certainly.
But can't speak to where the president where the president kind of engaged or not. I can tell you that he was certainly kept abreast.
Well, you can't tell us where he engaged or what he did, but you can tell us he was definitely engaged and abreast.
Yeah, he kept abreast.
Yeah, good, okay. I think we have an indication of just how involved he was.
Yes, at the exact time.
Yeah,
that the plane stuff was happening. Yeah, look at that. There he
was, out on the golf course. You can see how abreast he is on this, how engaged.
Yeah.
How briefed? He's definitely briefed.
Well, they're letting him drive that cart? What the heck? Wait, cart path only rules. What are you doing? Oh, my goodness. Okay.
He doesn't have to abide by those rules, Keith. He's the president of the United States.
So that corrupt Joe Biden was out with his corrupt brother playing golf.
Oh, was he?
So that was fun.
Jim?
Yeah, sure. And
Bob, whatever.
But as you saw, he was engaged and
he was abreast.
Kept abreast.
Yeah, that's great. Also, yesterday,
if that's honestly though, and Chris made this point earlier off the air. That's a Republican president during an impending attack on our nation.
Golfing.
Yeah.
What is being said on CNN today? That's all they'd be talking about.
Yep, they would have an expert, like some talking head would be in there saying,
gosh.
I mean, look, President Trump, when the nation is potentially under attack, he doesn't need to be out there hacking away, which terrible form by Joe Biden, by the way. I'd love to see where that shot ended up.
Oh, the guy's 80 years old. I mean, he's lucky to be able to hold the golf club.
Has he fallen yet today?
Probably. Probably.
Because his day's almost wrapped up, so he's got to get that trip in.
Well, yeah, they'll be putting a lid on it. Well, he's not even up yet. So after he gets up, they'll put a lid on it 5 minutes later.
What do you think his favorite breakfast food is? Probably like
gruel.
Bran flakes.
Because it's all he can get down with his
bran, straight up.
Yeah.
He eats those big old, those shredded wheat things that you just put one giant thing in the bowl and then you chop it up with your spoon.
Okay.
You're not familiar?
Maydo Yeah, very familiar.
You should hang out with 98-year-olds sometime.
I'm familiar. I had parents. They ate that kind of stuff.
How do they do? How is that?
I don't know. It's so nasty. If you dump like a whole thing of like a pound of sugar on it, you can almost get that down, but not without that.
I mean, my Nana.
Nasty.
I mean, I'm like, what? Like, people mock me for eating Basic 4.
Yeah.
It has great flavor. It's got, yogurt-covered stuff going on and raisins and cranberries and whatnot. I mean, she'll take, like, this giant, just dump it in a bowl. It's not even shredded at that point. It's just...
And then she breaks it up with her spoon.
Yeah, breaks it up with her spoon, and, like, maybe there's, like, buttermilk or something in there. It's like, what is happening? Ugh, gross.
I don't know. Between that and grape nuts, I don't know why you would eat any of that.
No.
They're just nasty.
There are other alternatives.
Yeah.
We're not there yet, y'all. Right. That's not all that's on the shelf.
That's right.
Yet.
Yet. Yeah, it may be soon, but not yet. So yesterday, Biden was hanging out with the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Brilliant. He was brilliant as always.
The three of you had one of the same coaches that I had, the great Tubby Raymond, who was named, who was, anyway, he's a hell of a coach.
Anyway.
I played freshman football at Delaware. And ended up low at, I shouldn't say this, but you had to have a 2.0 to keep going. I had a 2.99.
No, you didn't.
I mean a 1.99.
There you go.
My mother made me quit, but I went back out my junior year to play in my senior year. And while Tubby was the assistant coach, I played defensive back. And after running the drills in that spring practice, he came over and he said, "Biden," now he kind of coughed when he talked to you like this. Some of them remember this. "You run faster backwards than anyone I've ever seen." Well, my political opposition thinks the same thing of me.
I can't.
Please clap.
Jeez.
The worst. He's incoherent.
He thinks he's charming.
I know.
And he's just pathetic. Just pathetic. The braggadocio that he tries to add into every event he does like this, where, yeah, I played football too. I could have been in the NFL, but I only had a 199 grade point average, which is embarrassing to bring up. At Delaware, you had a 199?
Because he's lied in the past about having, what was it? Was it honors or something?
Highest honors. He graduated highest honors with 3 degrees.
I do believe I have a much higher IQ than you do.
Right. But you got a 1.99 grade point average and had to drop football?
In his defense, though, the reason he had to drop out of football is it's pretty demanding. You do 2-a-days, you show up early. He was too busy going to the black church every day. So he didn't have time to do all the football practices. You got one or the other, man. It's only 24 hours in a day. What can you do?
It's a good point.
Boy,
it's a good point.
Sucks in so many ways. I told you, man. We are out of words.
Did he say that 3 of the Kansas City Chiefs were coached by Tubby?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
that can't be. That cannot be. There's no way that a coach who was coaching him coached any of the current Kansas City Chiefs. We should fact check that as well. I think 3 of you were coached by him as well. What, in 1936?
Well,
no, I don't think so.
Let's see. He was good old Tubby Raymond.
Yeah, okay, Tubby Raymond.
So he was at Delaware from 1966 to 2001.
Tubby Raymond was?
Yeah.
Okay, at Delaware. Okay. None of these guys graduated by 2001.
Do we have to fact check this serial liar?
That's 22 years ago.
So maybe there's a coach.
Maybe a coach,
or 2 or 3.
That's possible.
I mean, he's not even worth the effort of Googling.
I know it's not Reed, because Reed went to BYU, so it's not him. Maybe he's got older assistants or something that were coached by Tubby.
Let me go ahead and fact check this right now. Oh, it's inconclusive. I don't know.
Nobody looks into this stuff, though.
I know.
They all want to protect him.
I know.
Got some really bad news. This is gonna.
Whoa, that was.
This is really sad.
It's like you just pulled the emergency brake. What is?
I'm
a little concerned.
Had to just get to this. Chuck Todd is he's quitting Meet the Press.
What's the bad news?
After this summer.
What's the bad news?
Well, that Chuck Todd is quitting Meet the Press. He won't be there anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're saying that's not bad news to you? Oh, my God.
Just tragic.
This guy is... people love him like you can't believe. Do you think anybody gave a rat's anus about his announcement that... this is my last summer with you. Oh, no. Don't say that, Chuck. Please don't say that.
Tell you what, why don't you take the summer off? Why don't you just get out of here? Let's go ahead and hit the road.
I love it.
Chuck Todd.
Kristen Welker is going to replace him.
I had to look up who that was.
So... Kristen Welker. I did too. She was, I thought, is that Wes Welker's wife? No, it's not. We're not even close.
We're so invested in the goings-on at NBC News. Yeah.
That's so great.
So there you go.
So, yeah, Chuck Todd. We're not going to have him to kick around anymore. But he's going to finish off the summer at NBC News and Meet the Press. He said he'd rather leave too early than stay too long. Yeah, I'd rather that, too. I'd rather have you do that as well.
So,
get out.
What are you going to do with all that extra time now, not watching Chuck Todd?
Oh, I don't know, man. I spend so much time watching Chuck Todd that it's going to be tough to fill that space.
Mm-hmm.
That space in my life, I'm going to have to come up with something, and hopefully it'll be something productive.
Yeah.
But I loved what he had to say about Meet the Press. I'm looking for the area where.
Well, while you're looking for that,
actually
I want to say that I was
here it is.
interested in knowing that when this show started in 1947,
that's incredible.
The first 6 years, it was hosted by a woman.
Oh, really?
What was her name?
In 1947?
Yeah, it's somewhere early in that article, I think. Roundtree. It's like, why have I not heard of this woman? In 1947, you were given a show on a network?
Blazing a trail there, right?
Jeez. Wonder if there's old footage of that. Huh. Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's really something.
Anyway.
But can you believe Meet the Press has been going on for 76 years? 76 years! That's amazing. Longest running show in the history of television.
Yeah, Martha Roundtree.
Wow.
The original host. Wow, that's a trivia question.
Yeah.
Answer.
So Chuck Todd said, I leave feeling concerned about this moment in history, but reassured by the standards we've set here. We didn't tolerate propagandists, and this network and program never will. Are you serious? You're talking about NBC News? You don't tolerate propagandists? Okay. All right. That's all you do.
You are the propagandist, bro.
Yes. Pathetic. What nonsense.
Wait, okay, hold on. I was just a quick cursory search.
Okay.
I'm just looking here. Here he is interviewing Dr. Fauci.
Okay.
Talking about the vaccinated people. So there, there's your propaganda right there.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Let me just look up.
Yeah, we've played that multiple times.
So that was Chuck Todd vaccine. Now I'm just looking up Chuck Todd mask. Yeah, there's plenty of clips there. Yeah,
plenty.
It just goes on. Don't just shut up.
Yeah.
I hope he enjoys his time with his family and.
Yeah. Well, now that he's been doing this for 30 years, not Meet the Press, but NBC News, where he's devoted all of his time. So I would think his kids are already grown, aren't they? It's a little late, Chuck, on that bandwagon. But
so what he did is he waited till his kids got out of the house.
Yeah, now
he's like, I guess I better spend time now. Hold on a second. When I wonder how old his kids are. Because
you check on that while I tell you about Eden Pure Thunderstorms. Because you can purify the air in your home. You can get healthy, clean, fresh-smelling air. Eliminate the odors that linger there after you cook fish or something. Man, I hate that smell afterwards. Kill mold and mildew and bacteria and viruses, all with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifier, because it uses oxy technology, sends out O3 molecules into the air, and those seek out odors and air pollutants in your home and destroys them. Doesn't just cover them up with nasty perfumes. It's called the Thunderstorm because it purifies the air in your home and provides you with pure, fresh air, just like you smell after a thunderstorm. Right now, you can get $200 off the price of an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack. You'll get 3 units for under $200. That's a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. And it's so easy to install these. Just plug them in, turn them on. That's it. And you don't have to ever change an air filter. There's none of that to worry about with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm. With this special offer, you're getting 3 units for under $200. Go to EdenPureDeals.com, put in the discount code PAT, and you'll save $200. Eden Pure Deals, EDEN, puredeals.com, discount code PAT. Shipping is free.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Chuck Todd's kids are 13 and 11, by the way. So look, he can spend some time with them.
Okay.
Good for him.
Yeah.
You can go and see this nation that you've helped destroy before it's too late.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. 13 and 11. So he had him kind of late in life. Late 30s?
He's 51.
Late 30s, early 40s?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good for him. That'll be great.
Go spend time with the family, Chuck.
Man, how often do you sit down and enjoy Meet the Press on a Sunday morning?
Oh, my gosh.
Man, I mean, the times that I've shared with Chuck Todd over the years. Whew.
You set the VCR, though, if you have to run errands or go to church.
The
or something.
VCR, yes.
Yeah. And you come back and then you watch it on the old VHS.
Right, exactly.
Good
times. All right, got some tweets here. Sarah the Roma tweets, every single doctor and nurse we saw at the Children's Hospital yesterday had a pride flag on their badge. They're coming for our kids. Jeez.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
I hope everything's okay. Going to the...
Abyss of the Suck. So, did I get this right? The president got a fresh brief before hitting the links yesterday? Personally, I hope he gets a clean brief far more frequently than that.
Oh, no.
No joke. No hyperbole.
Oh, no.
Hammy tweets, always pictured Biden as a grape nuts man. From Dave the Man, come on, Pat. Everyone knows Joe has Smarties candy in the morning. Okay. Terror 404, sausage gravy over Belgian waffle with a side of scrapple.
Oh,
okay.
Everybody's chiming in with their favorite breakfast food. Okay.
Aaron Peterson, Biden only lied a little. Brett Veach, the Chiefs GM, played for Tubby. And the OC, Matt Nagy, played for Tubby as well.
Okay.
I don't know who the third player is. Maybe a ghost. Okay.
Man, I appreciate that knowledge.
That cleared up. Nice.
Okay.
So this is kind of sad. There's a shocking number of birds that are in trouble. If you care. I mean, I don't really know what the big deal is because birds aren't real. You know?
Okay.
But just about anywhere you look, there are birds. Penguins live in Antarctica. Ptarmigan in the Arctic Circle. Ruppel's vultures soar higher than Mount Everest. Emperor penguins dive deeper than 1,800 feet. Wow,
that's steep.
There are birds on mountains, birds in cities, birds in deserts, birds in oceans, birds on farm fields, and birds in parking lots. Given their ubiquity and the enjoyment many people get from seeing them and cataloging them, birds offer something that set them apart from other creatures, an abundance of data. All that monitoring has revealed some sobering trends. Over the last 50 years, North America has lost a third of its birds, studies suggest, and most bird species are in decline.
Oh, that's sad.
Because birds are indicators of environmental integrity and of how other, less scrutinized species are doing. It's not all bad news for birds. Some species are increasing in number, data shows, and dozens have been saved from extinction. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Are they going to attribute this to climate change? Because I don't want to hear it, frankly. I don't want to hear it. The North American Breeding Bird Survey, organized by the U.S. Geological Survey and Environmental Canada, has enlisted thousands of participants to observe birds along roadsides each June since 1966. Audubon's Christmas bird count, which began in 1900, encourages people to join a one-day bird tally scheduled in a 3-week window during the holiday season.
All right.
What a waste of time.
What do you
Why
mean?
would you do that?
You're counting birds, man.
Why?
Counting birds.
That is,
in fact,
ridiculous.
Put that vulture up there. There's bird number 27 right there if you're keeping count at home. So that's...
Okay.
I mean, these poor birds, they got to be like really annoyed, like, oh boy, I'm just a number to you.
Yeah.
I've got the, like, do you get ostracized in the bird community if
you got a number on you like that?
Tag like that?
Yeah.
And to answer your question, kudos to whatever website that was. But it's an 11-page article. Didn't mention climate change once.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it talks, it's kind of interesting because it talks about how, a lot of bird populations, like you said, are up, kind of comes out in the wash, So stop your crying.
Now, Chef Andrew Gruel,
yeah, he's a good guy,
posted this on Twitter the other day. Climate hypocrisy. Don't use a gas stove. The climate hypocrisy. Don't use a gas stove. Uses a gas stove.
Yep.
Don't fly. Has private jet. Respect the environment by reducing waste. Leaves 1 ton of garbage on Mount Everest.
Look at that. God.
Don't eat meat. Eat steak every night. Don't drive.
There you go.
Has a private driver.
You got it?
So people telling you all these things are hypocrites.
There you go.
And check out the, is this the summit?
Yeah.
At Mount Everest?
There you go, yeah.
That is
hideous.
Sick. Seriously, that's bad.
I didn't realize
that's really
that
bad.
Mount Everest was a border crossing zone. Because that's exactly what
that's
that looks
what
like.
the U.S. border looks like. Wow.
Oh, gosh.
That's really a mess.
Yeah, but
jeez.
Now, as bad as that is, the biggest issue in the world, of course, are cows.
Cow farts.
Cow farts and stuff like that.
Yeah. Fortunately, though, the Irish government's going to do something about it. They want to kill 200,000 cows to tackle climate change and reach their global warming goals. Oh, jeez. So they're going to slaughter cattle? The Irish government is now looking at a new initiative to massively reduce the number of dairy cows because scientists claim the methane gas is causing global warming.
Yeah, Klaus Schwab's scientist over at the WEF.
I mean, really, if Ireland were to slaughter 200,000 cows, that wouldn't make any difference at all anywhere.
Remember earlier? Can we see Kuwait again? Cow farts are the problem.
Yeah, not burning tires like that.
Not 42 million tires burning in the desert.
42 million?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So don't forget, it's the cow farts. It's anything in the West is the issue. It's never anywhere else that needs to cut back or kill livestock.
Nope.
Or stop growing food.
It's almost always America, in fact, not just the West.
And
it's
Europe,
usually us.
WEF has sights on both us and Europe.
Jeez. All right, more Pat Gray Unleashed on the way.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
I'm telling you, what a crazy world we live in. OBGYNs.
OBGYNs?
Yeah. Say Dylan Mulvaney is a woman. Jeez. Ahmad Malik tweeted, is this person a woman? Sharing photos of Mulvaney. Gynecologist here. The answer is yes. And you're a bigot.
Okay.
Not a good look for a physician. Jeez. The Twitter profile indicates that this gynecologist is an OBGYN abortion provider. What a surprise, then, that Dylan Mulvaney is considered a woman by this person. And a minimally invasive gynecological surgeon. Oh, gosh. Quinn's tweet earned pushback on the social media. That's a person born a boy with male parts and Y chromosome. Man confirmed, one person wrote. But Quinn replied by calling the commenter a bigot and declaring, my daughter is trans, so you can F all the way off. Like, seriously, you're a toxic, hate-mongering blight on humanity. This is an OBGYN. You know what? You should lose your license to practice medicine. If you think Dylan Mulvaney is a woman, you should certainly lose all of your patients, because if you're a doctor, a gynecologist who believes that a man can be a woman, how could real women possibly trust you with their care? This is just craziness.
I mean, and Dylan Mulvaney, I mean, it just goes on and on. The hits keep on coming. You know, he takes down this iconic brand, Bud Light. He cost that lady her job, or I'm sorry, she's just on a leave, right? The advertising exec that came up with
Anheuser-Busch.
Right.
Yeah.
And now the advertising agency Captivate that came up with this whole ad campaign with Dylan Mulveney. Apparently, there's a lot of panic going on inside the halls there. That company is
in trouble.
Apparently struggling right now. So we'll see what happens there. But congratulations. And again, I have said this before, and I'll stand by it. But a sponsor of this program, Manscaped. If there's one product left out there for Dylan Mulveney that's right in his wheelhouse, and it's going to be Manscaped. So maybe you still have one product that you can chill for.
Maybe. Yeah, I would be surprised.
Because that's...
I guess Dylan just underwent some surgery.
Oh, did he?
Some feminizing surgery. Yeah, which includes, I think, a bunch of stuff done to your face, and like chin reduction and Adam's apple shaving and all that kind of stuff. Just little picture of him from the hospital looked like he was. Pretty miserable.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that we had a development.
Yeah.
Okay, so now he's like, look, I'm all in. I'm a woman now. See, but they're just working on the face, huh?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think the noodle's been cut off yet.
I got to hold on. Dylan Mulveney shares update.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this was. Did he do some more? This is December. Oh no. Is this the picture you're talking about here?
Yes.
Okay, that's...
Was that December?
December,
Was that clear back in December?
Yeah, because he had to get in shape for his big Bud Light fun.
Okay, so that's already been done.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking, oh, all right, well... Maybe he'll look like a woman now. No, apparently not.
Ugh, gosh,
okay.
What a ridiculous human being.
Jeez. Yesterday on Overtime, you played this clip. CDC Director, the new one, Mandy Cohen, explaining the science of lockdowns during her time as the North Carolina Health Director, and thought we'd share this with you.
Yeah. Listen to the science at play.
Yeah,
you wondered why lockdowns, why they lift them, why this mandate, why they lift them.
Okay.
It's an exact science. She explains it.
So I would call, probably the person I called most was the Secretary of Health and Human Services in Massachusetts. She worked for a Republican governor but you know, when she was like, are you going to let them have professional football? And I was like, nope. And she's like, okay, neither are we. You know, it was like conversations like that. So, or I'd be like, so when are you going to think about lightening up a mess? They're like next Monday. I'm like, okay, next Monday.
Unreal.
So that was the science of it.
There's no science. It's like, when are you going to lift masks or whatever? Okay, Monday? All right, that's cool. We'll do Monday too. Okay. Wow. When are you going to let people get back to their livelihoods? Oh, you're not? Oh, then us either. I swear, these people, I mean, when do the trials begin? Instead, she's just promoted. She's head of the CDC now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. This is the frustration Hillary and I expressed yesterday. It's like nothing ever happens to these people. There are no consequences.
Oh, no.
There's no consequences whatsoever. It's so demoralizing just to see these people get away with this stuff and the untold damage to lives and outright deaths that these people contributed to with their actions.
Yeah.
No consequences. Promotions.
None whatsoever.
I wonder what the pay is for North Carolina Health Director compared to CDC Director. I'm going to look that up. Because that's where she's... I mean, there you go. Unbelievable. So you get the average North Carolina... So they say about $72,000 to be the health director in North Carolina. CDC Director salary... Because this is the consequences for Ms. Cohen there.
Yeah.
Roughly... Let's see. Redfield went from 375 to 209. I don't know what it currently is, but either way, so they're saying that about 209. So I mean,
so that's a sizable increase.
So you get 3 times the salary.
Yeah,
it was as high as 375 at one point. So who knows? But either way, congratulations to Mandy Cohen. You've won. No consequences for these people.
Never. Yeah, never. No consequences for people who have been losing F-35 spare parts either. Over 1 million F-35 spare parts lost by the DOD and Lockheed. How's that possible?
Help us.
worth at least $85 million have gone missing over the last 5 years. $85 million worth, and over 1 million F-35 spare parts. Jeez. How is that possible?
Why can I only hear
Oopsie-daisies.
in my head the Johnny Cash song "One Piece at a Time" as you're reading this story? Is somebody building an F-35 by sneaking parts out of the factory?
Auditors said that because the government doesn't have its own system tracking those parts, officials may not know how many spare parts are actually in the global spare pools, where they are, or what their total value is. But as a result, the full quantity and value of these spare parts may be significantly higher than the 1 million tally determined by the main contractor, Lockheed Martin. And disagreements between Defense Department officials and the main F-35 contractor, Lockheed Martin, over how to categorize missing parts are holding up the government's effort to create its own reliable system to track the spare parts. In short, the F-35 program can't know whether contractors are properly managing spare parts, who tracked these losses going back to 2018. They really don't know anything about it.
Tell me
That's
that
good.
your government is way too big without telling me your government is way too big. We have no idea.
Just did.
We don't know where the parts are. We don't know where the how much money was missing right before 9/11 when Donald Rumsfeld. Remember that?
$2 trillion.
We don't know.
$2 trillion.
We don't know.
I had that $2 trillion on me just a minute ago. Did I leave it in my other pants pocket? And then you get home and you find out it's not there either.
No, what happened?
Where did I put that $2 trillion?
Oh, I've got a guess now.
It's gone.
I got a guess.
Uh-huh.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
That's where.
That's probably where it
is.
was.
By the way, did you see that dam that blew up and it's flooding that town as we speak?
Yeah.
And both sides, of course, are blaming the other.
Ukraine. Why would Ukraine do that to Ukraine?
Well, it's in Russian-held territory, so
okay.
It's,
all right.
It's now technically Russia's. And is going to be in just a matter of months permanently.
Jeez.
Yeah. No, I mean they're good times.
Good times.
So now let's make sure that we send some. So what are we going to send now? Plumbers? Like what else? I mean, what haven't we sent over to Ukraine now? What can we send some of that? What's the tape? What's the tape that we tested out on this very show? Flex Seal tape.
Oh, Flex Seal, yeah.
And that'll take care of that.
Yes, it will.
Just walk up to the dam and just slap it on.
Right. And that stops the leak.
Yeah, and you just also,
instantly.
While you're at it, just for fun, you can just you can saw this boat in half, right?
Right. And by the way, well-trained, well-equipped Ukrainian combat forces are now in assembly areas close enough to the front line areas to launch an attack. It means that the counteroffensive we've been hearing that's coming from Ukraine could happen at any moment. In the meantime, Ukraine has already increased its offensive operations both within its own borders and in Russia and beyond, in order to attempt to create a more favorable condition ahead of the much-anticipated counteroffensive. The current operations are part of a bigger plan, which would eventually lead to a major offensive. Supposedly, they're going to try to take back not just the territory lost, like Bakhmut in Ukraine, but they're going for the Crimea, too. They want to expel the Russians from Crimea. And that is something that Putin has said just can't happen. So,
did you get a chance to watch that video that Jeffy sent us last week of Scott Ritter, who just got back from Russia?
Yeah. Yeah, where he's talking about how Russia's about to win this thing.
Absolutely going to win this thing, and how things are great in Russia.
Yeah.
Like for the citizens.
The economy, he said the economy has never been stronger in Russia.
Yep.
Wait, but what about the sanctions? Yeah, never been stronger.
Let me introduce you to a thing called BRICS.
Yeah, I mean, and they're taking care of their own economy, which, they didn't have to do when they were getting stuff from everybody else. Now they have to kind of focus on their own situation, which has helped them.
This is going to end up being a bigger Biden blunder than Afghanistan.
Maybe.
And the empowering of Russia.
Yeah, maybe. Although, I mean, he sounded like Russia's doing incredibly well in the fighting, and they haven't really been doing that well. According to most intelligence agencies around the world, they've lost a ton of personnel. I mean, they've lost upwards of 100,000 men.
Yeah, but Ukraine, I think, is about 350,000.
Jeez. Yeah,
it's
I mean,
dreadful.
It's bad. Yeah,
but
it's bad.
Between us draining our resources and our treasure to the tune of, what are we up to again? I don't even know.
About $210 billion.
Yeah, we should reestimate that again soon. We're changing the economy for Russia for the better for them.
Yeah,
and making them more powerful. Good job.
Seemingly.
Good job. Way to go, Brandon. All right.
Nice job. All right. Let me tell you about Factor. This is a great way. Now that it's summer, you might be looking for a wholesome, convenient meal to serve your family for sunny, active days or rainy days. Whatever the case may be, Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with flavorful and nutritious ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You don't have to prepare anything. You don't have to cook anything. This isn't a whole bunch of different things that arrive and then you put it together and you cook it. It's already cooked for you. It's already ready to heat up and just eat. So if you're really busy with your summer plans, but you really want to eat well, with Factor, you can skip the trip to the grocery store. You can skip the chopping, the prepping, and cleaning up, too. And get the flavor and nutrition you need. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat it and enjoy it. Really great. Really delicious meals. This is stuff my family absolutely loves. The Factor meals. You can do keto. You can do Calorie Smart, vegan, veggie, protein plus, whatever kind of, diet you're on, Factor can help you with it. Head to factormeals.com/Pat50. Use the promo code Pat50, and you'll get 50% off your first box. 50% off. That's code Pat50 at factormeals.com/Pat50 to get 50% off your first box.
Gray Unleashed.
Hey, can I ask you a quick question? Because earlier we were talking about the planet and some eco stuff going on in the world. Did you, during that, I'm just asking for a friend, did you happen to utter the phrase, the earth has a fever?
No, I didn't.
You did not?
No.
Would you mind doing that now?
No, but I am not your trained monkey.
Okay.
Okay.
So you won't say?
So I won't say that the earth hath a fever.
Very good. Okay, thank you.
But the earth does have a fever.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
And it's because of our SUVs.
Yeah.
Which I think is what I said earlier.
Well, in cow farts.
And cow farts.
In Ireland.
Right. Yes. And if they kill 200,000 cows, that's going to fix the problem, right?
So can we get...
That should fix it.
If you're going to do this, Ireland, if you're going to bend to the will of one Klaus Schwab and the United Nations, this is their plan, by the way, that's being implemented. Can we get the meat from there? Can we, if you're going to just kill these cows, because if you've seen the price of meat here, if we just going to inject that into our market,
yeah, it seems
just
like.
Saying.
Well, I mean, why not?
We'll
why not? We'll take them off your hands.
We'll take the steaks.
200 head of cattle. That would be 200,000 head of cattle. Jeez.
You can feel good about cleaning the air, and we'll feel good about eating the steak.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, steak, roast, ribs.
Let's do this.
Good eating. I'm all over.
You're on board. By the way, did you see this? I just wrote this down the other day. I saw this. 897,000. So 900,000 acres of farmland are in the United States. How much of that do you think China owns currently?
How much of our 900,000 acres? Probably half.
Oh, okay. Well, 192,000.
Oh, okay. Not
so
quite
21%.
Oh, good. Well, then we're doing a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, all right. So China only owns a fifth of our farmland.
That's not bad at all. Wow, China owns 1/5 of our farmland.
That's why all these states are like, maybe we should pass laws.
That sucks. How do we let this happen? How are we so suicidal as a nation?
Yeah.
Is there nobody who says, okay, enough? Well, Donald Trump, America first. And I think, maybe Ron DeSantis would put America first. I really believe Vivek Ramaswamy would put America first. But this guy, currently in office, puts us last. Puts China first, then Ukraine, then like Zimbabwe, then anybody else but America.
Now, I'm putting you on the spot here. And feel free to just flip this right back at me. Would you say that from what you know of Robert Kennedy Jr., that he puts America first too?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean,
probably.
He may be. I can't wait for my Twitter mentions here. He may be the first electable Democrat since Grover Cleveland, as a matter of fact.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of problems with Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yeah.
There's plenty.
Okay.
Climate change among them.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm not voting for the guy, but I could see where Democrats would.
Yeah. Yeah, and independence. I'm telling you, he speaks to independence.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said earlier, man, the same grace that you should be getting on vaccine talk, Robert Kennedy, you should be giving to people like me.
Extend to people on climate change.
That don't buy into the narrative.
Buy in to the hysteria on it.
He needs a come to Jesus moment on climate change.
And the thing is, you can believe that the planet has warmed 1 degree in 100 years without believing that that's catastrophic. Is that not reasonable? Is that not a reasonable stance on it? I think it is. It's pretty reasonable to believe, okay, yes, maybe the planet's warmed a tiny bit in the last 100 years. So what? It's warmed more than that all through history. All through history. And I mean, there's no reason to think that this is catastrophic. There's no reason.
I do need an update on where he stands on something that he said back in 2004, where he lumped in CEOs, like polluting CEOs. He called them traitors. I want to know if he still believes that, because that's a heavy charge.
Yeah, it is.
And when you're connecting that to climate denial, okay, well then I guess I'm a traitor too. Is the only difference between me and the big CEO is that I don't have the power to pollute in mass like them? I mean, that's a big charge, and I would like an update on that, sir. Yeah. And I'm telling you, the guy is so transparent, and it will answer questions and take forever answering them with every minute detail you can imagine. Surely someone needs to ask him that question. How do you feel about climate deniers now?
Stop calling me Shirley. That is not my name.
I apologize for that. So you're not a she/her today.
No, I'm not today.
Okay.
Who knows what will happen tomorrow?
Yeah, and you got 3 minutes left in the show.
Right, that's true.
It might turn on a dime, and then I've got to react.
Change at any time. We've seen that. We've seen that it can change. NASA's leading planet-hunting spacecraft has spotted its second planet that matches Earth's size and may be able to retain liquid water.
Let's go.
And both of these worlds, they just discovered, orbit the same star. So they're finding these exoplanets, these planets that might be Earth-like, and I guess they're hoping for some place where we can escape in case our planet is uninhabitable sometime.
What if we get there and these guys are already there? These little alien guys.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. Because we're going to have to get rid of them.
Oh yeah,
right. I mean,
sure
you saw what's his face's movie, right? Where who is it? It's Avatar.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You saw Avatar.
Yes.
So
let's go.
I mean, look at how nasty humanity is. We don't care about other people like that.
Like this guy.
Blue people who are really tall and skinny. We don't care about them.
Did you see the whistleblower saying that, hey, we have craft from extraterrestrials?
Yes.
They're saying that, hey, these aren't human. Yeah. I read the article. And
did you believe him?
I sure did.
Really?
Yeah. And then I heard a little bit of his interview, and then now I'm not so sure. So
Okay.
because like when I heard him talk about it, like how many craft do we have, and he's like a lot.
A lot.
What the hell? No, you just came forward. I need more than we got a lot. So now I'm a little disappointed. So
yes, he says that we have craft of non-human origin, meaning obviously alien craft, and we've obviously reverse engineered those. Right? And
I don't know that we have yet. Have we?
I mean,
have we, Chris?
Many people think we have.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if this guy does. I don't know.
I just know that cell phones exist because
alien
technology.
Of
course,
okay.
Of course.
Right, of course. That's not from our moonshot.
No,
right? We didn't develop it and try to overcome problems getting to the moon.
No, you know what? Let me explain our civilizations in a nutshell. Okay.
All right.
They give us technology that goes on to create cell phones. Our space program goes on to create Tang. Well, that's the difference.
I liked Tang when I was a kid.
Better than your cell phone?
Haven't had Tang in a long time.
Better than your cell phone?
No.
Okay.
No. Not better than
They're
my
going
cell
to kill
phone.
us if we try to take over this planet.
All right. We've got overtime coming up. We'll be back here again tomorrow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.